Coach, thoughts on tonight's win?
It's a what you call it, a grinder. We really struggled to score the basketball. We had very few shots made in the first half. Y'all kind of saved us in the first half, got us going. But you know what? We continued to fight. We played good defense all night long, and you know, Halie came to the rescue in the fourth quarter, and y'all made her free throws down the stretch. So it was a great team win. It was kind of ugly at times the way we were shooting the basketball, but we ended up shooting 33% for the game, 40% for the game from three. And boy, we really struggled early from three, didn't we? So I'm just proud of their effort and the fight. It's great to win at home. And to answer your question, Ray, yes, it was good to beat them after last year for sure.
Okay. Coach got down 5 entering the fourth quarter after shooting 14% in that third.
Yeah.
Come out and shoot 70% from the field goal and 100% at the free throw stripe. So what was the big change from that third to fourth quarter in your team?
Well, to be real honest with you, their matchup zone gave us fits, and we struggled to make open shots, but we also just struggled with movement. And we finally decided to spread the floor and let Yaya and Janae go to work, and they were able to penetrate gaps, and they were able to kick out, and they found Halie. And I think you were 4 for 4 in the fourth quarter. And those are called big-time moments, and players make plays when it's crunch time, and we needed her, and she did it. She stepped up.
And let's touch on Iyana's first half. I mean,
awesome.
14 points, and then you followed up with 13 in the second half. Just walk me through your game offensively, and what were you seeing that allowed those early openings, and for you to be, feeling it from deep?
I know that the team was kind of putting a target on me, and I know that they were blocking out our shooters, and in order for me to get other shooters open, you have to attack gaps, and with that being said, that's what I had to do. They were going under the screen, so Coach always tells me if anybody ever goes under screen, shoot the ball, and that's exactly what I did, so that's how it played out.
And for Halie, what was it, 16 points all in the second half?
Yeah, I couldn't find it in the first.
So, Coach, how many times did you call that play up for Halie in the left corner, and she delivered every single time there in the fourth?
Yeah, we were just spreading the floor like we usually do in man, and Janae got in the gaps, and they overhelped, and it was Janae that found them. So
honestly,
he called it like 6 times. He's lying.
Our team can do that every quarter, every game. That's just us playing basketball, and that's just our chemistry. So I played with Janae for 3 years now, and now I'm gonna get to play with Yaya. So we're gonna be dangerous this year if we can continue to do that. And we have good shooters. We have Ari, we got Mel. We're deep with shooters, so our team can be really good when we penetrate gaps.
And one more for Halie. So after going scoreless in the first half, and then 16 in the second half, 4 3-pointers, a few big free throws. Well, how are you feeling entering that fourth quarter, knowing your team was down on the scoreboard and you needed these buckets, and you came through when your team needed it most?
Honestly, it just starts on defense for me. I've always said that. I'm just a hard worker, grinder. I'm the person that always does the dirty work for the team, you know. But I think after I had them free throws to end the third, I finally saw it go through the hole, and that's where my confidence started to grow from. So after that, it just
4 for 4.
Easy, yeah. It was easy. Just wasn't thinking, just shooting, just playing basketball.
Coach, you hit a pair of free throws to close out the first half. Was that kind of like, okay, like we got these 2 free throws down, what adjustments did you make inside that locker room that it didn't translate well into the third quarter?
I know. Good talk, Coach, at halftime. No, but Halie was one that got those free throws on a hustle play, like she talked about early, and getting those 2 to go down, like she said, got her confidence going. But we felt like we were getting great shots. We just kept telling them to keep shooting. Somebody's got to step up and be a player. When we got to the fourth quarter, I mean, and during timeout, I was like, this is when players make plays. If you're a player, you're going to step up and make some plays. And these 2, they really did a great job. I thought Janae had some great passes. How about the freshman? Great, solid defensive game. Hits 2 big free throws left. Or 2 big free throws at the end of the game there.
Yeah, 2 big free throws left.
And Coach, you've always said in the past that your team likes to play a lot through the post. You got to get that one touch, a lot of touches in there for Charlotte O'Keefe. How big was her presence for you tonight, just to kind of like get that offense going and getting those touches inside and finding other people on the outside shooting lanes?
Well, we talk a lot about touching the paint or the post on every possession if they're playing man or zone. and their zone was really giving some fits, but she did a good job. She knocked down. We were struggling so bad in the third quarter. She had a big shot at the high post for us. And, Zariah is better against man. So now defensively, she's great, man or zone. But offensively, Charlotte, even though her numbers aren't terrific, she's just a little bit more polished offensively than Zariah is in finding those gaps in the zone. Against man, Zariah probably would have played more, but that's just the way it goes.
Being down in the fourth, coming down to the end, how were you as coaching and you as players able to have that confidence to know, like, we got this, we can still shoot, we can make it, and we can come back and win this game?
Let me go first.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Like, did you not see my three?
No. I'm a player. I have a lot of growing to do. I have a lot of learning to do. Coming from my background, I was always a player. I forced a lot. That's just how I play. Like, I forced a lot because I didn't have players that could do that. And I think today was finally a game where I was able to relax and not stress about having to force because we have those players. And I think Halie stepped up. She made some really big shots that I was just standing in the corner happy. And I was like, yes.
You're like, I finally don't have to do it.
I was like, thank goodness, I think overall we had some people step up, and Halie was one of them, and just it was great.
Mel didn't have her normal shooting night, but 1 for 6. She had 21 the other night. But you know what she did have? She had 9 rebounds from the guard spot. That was huge. And I thought she did a very good job defensively, even though she fouled out. But just up and down the lineup, we got some good production, and proud of our group and ready to go to Kansas.
And you speak about Kansas. You got two matchups against some Big 12 teams. What's going to be key to having a good week?
Well, I think we'll take tomorrow off, and then we'll practice on Thursday when we get to Kansas State. So for us to be successful against them, we got to do what we did tonight as far as not turning the ball over. We only had 10. And our goal is 12 or less, so that was big for us today. And then, against when you play the Power 5 teams, they can expose you at some certain things. And what we saw at Oklahoma State was our transition defense. So that's obviously got to be a focus for us, getting back on defense and not allowing easy layups. But we really did some pretty good things against Oklahoma State that I was real proud of. And I think we can take that game. I mean, they're 3-0 right now, playing really well. And we had an 8-point game with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. We were right there. And so it's time for this university and it's time for this program to shock the world. And we need to have great performances at K-State and KU. We need to get 1 or 2. And that's our goal.
And this game was huge.
And this is a home game for Halie, Charlotte, Janae, Ashton, and me, and, of course, and Coach Hack. We're all from Kansas, so I coached there a long time. So it's going to be a homecoming. We'll have as many fans as they will, and we'll bring the whole town of Conway Springs, America. That's where my wife's from, too. So, yeah, it should be a fun week for us.
And Dale?
I think, Halie, what can be your key for the next game you come in? It's a strong team, so what do you think is going to be a key for you to nail it, but like this game?
I always start the game off not really putting pressure on myself to be a scorer, but like I said, defense and getting rebounds and hustle plays. I know their guards aren't as quick as me, not as strong as me or faster than me, so I can use that to my advantage and then just let the scoring come. But like I said, I trust Janae and Yaya when they have the ball in their hands to penetrate and make it easier for the team for open shots and whatnot. And I think we can do that a lot against K-State. They play man, right?
Yep.
So does KU.
Yep.
So, I mean, we'll penetrate gaps all day. I mean, you can't guard Yaya. So.